Hi, I'm Heather Casper, the Curator of Education at the Minnesota Marine Art Museum in Winona. I'm so glad you have an art kit, and I'm thrilled you found this video. Your art kit was made possible by a grant from the Minnesota State Arts Board. Our Arts Access program, Second Saturdays, has gone virtual. Check out our website to find Second Saturday's home edition activities like videos and interactive games for the whole family to enjoy. The Minnesota Marine Art Museum collects and exhibits art inspired by water. This is the most famous painting in our collection. This is Emanuel Leutitz's Washington Crossing the Delaware. And although we have many famous artists, this is Vincent van Gogh's very first oil painting. Let me show you the artwork that inspired the project in your art kit today. This is Alpine Lake Scene by Hermann Herzog. Notice the impressive sky in this painting. The clouds range in color, brightness, and intensity, which gives this sky a real sense of drama. The focal point, or spot where we tend to look at first, is right in the center of the clouds, the brightest spot, where Herzog uses pure, unblended white paint to portray the bright sunlight coming through those clouds. Notice the mountains and how they appear softer and fainter as they recede into the distance. This is a technique called atmospheric perspective, and it's a way to show the illusion of space. Now let's look at the figures mulling about, fishing on the shoreline. We can even notice some smoke coming from a dwelling in the middle ground. Herzog wanted to show us people living off the land and living in harmony with nature. It was this painting, especially these fabulous clouds, that inspired us to create your cloud wall art hanging project. Let's get started. Let me show you what's in your art kit. You have a fun Second Saturday sticker, a handy how-to guide, a large sheet of thick watercolor paper, a sheet of newsprint that we're going to be painting on later, a washable glue stick, a quarter of a sponge, 5 cotton balls, 1 white crayon, non-toxic washable turquoise paint, and these lovely satin rainbow ribbons. Also, you have a napkin in case we get messy while we paint. What you don't have and you need to grab is 1 pair of scissors and a pencil. Let's get started with our first step. Let's draw and cut out our cloud. So using your pencil, you're going to want to draw your cloud shape on the paper and then cut it out. Here's a little trick. If you want to draw a cloud that takes up a lot of your space, so you have a lot of room to color and draw, try drawing a triangle or a pyramid that goes from either corner of the bottom of the paper to the top middle. And then you can see I added 3 bumps to each side of that triangle. Then you'll want to use your scissors and cut out your cloud shape. And when you're done, you should have something like this. Now we're ready to draw and paint our cloud. You can see I put my newsprint down to give us a safe surface to paint on. And the first thing we're going to do is take our white waxy crayon and draw onto the white paper. This can be a little tricky because you can't see the crayon. But if you kind of shift your paper around, the light will catch where you've already drawn. So I'm going to add a swirl. Right there, and I've already put some crayon marks on the rest of it. Our next step is to add our paint. You're going to want to pinch your sponge on one side and dip into your turquoise paint. Once you have it on the sponge, we're going to just scrub our cloud with paint. And you can take this paint right off the edge because we've got that newsprint underneath. You'll see your crayons appear like magic. The watery crayon resists, or the watery paint, I should say, resists the waxy crayon. So the paint won't stick to where you've drawn your crayon. Once you've got your whole cloud painted, give it a couple minutes to dry. So this is nice and dried, and we are ready to add some fluff to our rainbow cloud. So take a cotton ball and just gently pull it apart. Now, anywhere you want to add a little bit of cotton fluff to your cloud, you're just going to use your glue stick to make a few dots. And place your fluff. Now, once you've added all the fluff that you would like, the next step is to add our rainbow ribbons. So we're going to turn our cloud over and glue our ribbons to the back. Now, rainbows have a particular color order. So if you see a real rainbow in the sky, the rainbow colors you'll see are red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and violet. For our purposes, though, we gave you a purple ribbon to indicate both that indigo and violet. So I am going to lay out the colors the order I want them, and you may choose whatever order you would like. I'm going to stick with that rainbow order. And using your glue stick, you're going to kind of give yourself a fair amount of glue right there. And then just kind of press and wiggle the end of the ribbon down. And once you have all of your ribbons glued, you'll want to let it dry for a little bit. Let's see, and you'll want to maybe pay attention to spacing a little better than I did. And look, we have our finished rainbow cloud wall hanging. Thanks for making art with me today. We can't wait to see you at the museum soon.